Hi Aditi, how are you?
Hi, Hi, Urooj. All good. How are you?
Welcome to my show.
Thank you so much for inviting. Thank you so much.
Guys, I am here with another session of HR Mining with Urooj. And today we have a lovely guest here to find out the new trends in F&B industry. So
Thank you,
I
Urooj.
welcome Aditi Sharma.
Thank you, Urooj.
Aditi is a lovely friend and a lovely lady I met at driving school in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that
and
day.
she's working as the senior HR manager for Quest Restaurants. And they are operating different chains of Pizza di Rocco and Gino's Deli. Pizza di
Yeah, that's
Rocco
true.
has been my top favorite as well.
Thank you.
So I decided to call Aditi and to find out when we can go back to our favorite restaurants.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all want that.
Okay, so Aditi, as you know, at the moment, this industry has taken a hard hit,
That's right, Urooj.
and all the food lovers like us cannot wait for our favorite restaurants to open up again.
That's right. Again.
So let us ask Aditi how the food industry has been impacted.
See, if we are talking about globally, food and beverages industry has been impacted severely. Not only in UAE but across the globe, we see that this has been impacted severely. You see, the times of 2019, June 2019, these were the times, when we were waiting. It was Ramadan and we were waiting for our holidays. That means we would go more out. There would be more meeting of people, eating out, more sales. Restaurants would be busy. There would be so much of rush. But now in this year 2020, all the restaurants are empty. I mean,
I
people
know.
doesn't want to go out. So
I
you
was
can
doing your
already see
tasks
the
at home.
difference. There is already an impact. The impact from full busy restaurant to an empty restaurant, it has definitely taken a toll. The
Yeah.
two major impacts that I see on because of this coronavirus on F&B is, loss of the income.
Hmm.
There are many restaurant owners who are new in the market. Probably they
True.
started their business, 1 year ago or 2 year ago. They are still growing up. They're still struggling, with their
Hmm.
challenges. And onto those all challenges, there are these things: coronavirus, COVID-19. They still have to
Hmm.
pay their rents. They still have to look after their utilities. Their operational capacity has been reduced to 30% or 40%, say.
Hmm.
So the revenues has already reduced. Apart from revenue, they also have to take care of the costing, the extra costing that has come because of this pandemic. Like,
True.
providing extra supplies of sanitization, taking extra precautions related to safety and to hygiene, following the
True.
protocols of the government that are being set out. So it is also an add-on cost. So revenues have reduced, expenses have increased. So the loss of income is there for the restaurant owners at this point of time.
I agree.
Impact that we see is on the life of employees. I mean, what happens when you are asked to operate within a capacity of a 30% to 40%?
Hmm.
You definitely have to reduce your workforce. You definitely have to reduce your team members. So there are many restaurants, who have actually fired out all of their employees. They have not
Hmm.
even given the explanation what has happened. There
Hmm.
are employees who have been temporarily laid off because of this situation. There are employees who are working on reduced salaries in the industries. There are employees who are on unpaid leave for uncertain period of time across the industry. So
Very true.
I mean, how as an employer, if you see, how would they pay these employees?
Hmm.
Because the loss of income is there. So
True.
unfortunately, they are also, forced to take these harsh steps. So these are the
Right.
impacts that we see across the globe, and it is impacting every common life in the market right now. Not only F&B. If you talk about any other industry, the similar kind of impacts would be seen there as well,
I'm
right?
sure.
Yeah.
So Aditi,
So
as a
also
senior,
to add on, Rouge, I'm sorry. Also to add
sorry.
on, there was a survey which was done by Dubai Chamber of Commerce in April, last of April.
Hmm.
During when they did the survey, the survey said that within coming 1 month, half of the restaurants or hotels would go without business. So
Really?
you see, this is the impact.
Oh, this is such a huge impact, I must say.
So this is the impact. I mean, let's say half 50% of the hotels or the restaurants are closed up. Maybe one of them is your favorite spot that you want to dine in. That's like really heart wrenching. So
I agree.
these are the impacts.
So Aditi, I'm sure as a senior HR manager, you have faced a lot of challenges during last few months. So
Hmm.
can you please tell us what challenges you have faced and what strategies you have used to maintain the business continuity?
Definitely. See, Ruj, now that this pandemic has happened, the challenges every day are new with different situation.
Mm,
There is a big challenge that as a HR and as a restaurant owners we need to make sure that we cope up with is to maintain the safe, more safe environment. I mean, if you belong from F&B, you would understand safe environment means what. You are already
mm,
focusing on hygiene. You are already focusing on the safety. But right now, I'm focusing more on more safety environment, which means you have to talk more and more about safety. You have to find out more and more. You have to put more focus on the cleanliness. You have to put
yeah.
more focus on the sanitization. You have to provide more supplies of sanitization. You have to convince more of your employees. Again and again, you have to remind them, guys, if you have any problem, if you feel any symptoms, you have to report it to HR. And it is very tough, to bring all of these people into one direction, making them understand how crucial is this. Some of them would say, it is okay. Some of them would not understand this is important. So these are
Sure.
the challenges on day to day life. Some of them would tell you in advance that, yeah, I'm not coming because I'm feeling sick. Some of them would not want to tell you. So all the HRs, I believe, they are facing the same challenges at this point of time. How do they maintain this more safe environment along with the
Mm,
more, yeah, along with the more safe environment? Let's say we talk about filtering of our employees, which is like really really a task to do. when we do a recruitment when we do a recruitment, Rouge, so we choose best among the others, right? Now,
absolutely.
in
Yeah.
these times when the operational capacity has already reduced to 30%, you
Mm,
have to again choose your best employees from that best slot, which is really challenging.
very
For
true.
me, I feel like everybody in the restaurant is important. If I have
Very,
10 employees in my organization who's working in the operations, I feel all of 10 are important. How to decide on the fact that, who will go and who will stay and where we will put, this is quite a challenging task. We don't want to do that, but then at the end we have to do that. These are the
yeah.
challenges that we do face. These are the real challenges. Along with that comes the absenteeism. I mean, it is absenteeism has always been a trend in in human resources. You always have to tackle this. But now
Yeah.
with coronavirus, when your operational capacity has been reduced, when your workforce has already been reduced, and then
Mm,
somebody say, oh, they are absent, I am absent for whatever reason, it is a
yeah.
challenge again. Some are absent because of their sickness. Some are absent because their family member is sick. Some are
Yeah.
absent because of the rules and regulations set out by the country. Like in UAE, we cannot move between one Emirates to another Emirates. So let's say
Yeah.
if I have to call up my any employee who is working in Dubai or Alain and I want them to be in Abu Dhabi, I cannot do that until unless you obtain a permit. So these all
Right.
are the challenges. Along with that, talking about logistics, so when we are in
Mm,
food business, logistics plays a crucial role also, because we have to ensure that we deliver our production items to our different branches on time, without fail, without hassle, without issues. But then in order to do this, again, you have to follow with the local regulations that the government has set up. So these are the challenges that are now being faced by any HR manager, not only by me. I believe any HR manager who belongs to this industry would be facing similar kind of challenges.
very true. I agree with you, Aditi. So my third question to you is, because of COVID-19, I'm sure there is a backdrop of falling revenues and footfalls, right? So how the restaurants have maintained the fixed overheads and the other expenses?
See, Ruj, yeah, I would agree on the fact with you that the footfall has been reduced, and also the fact that the restaurants still have to look after their expenses and the cost. But I believe food industry has already understood the fact that they need to go more into the delivery business in order for themselves to sustain. So more
Okay.
of the restaurants in UAE, at least, are now focusing on the delivery business.
Mm.
Right, because the dining is closed, no customers can come in. So they are focusing more on delivering food to the customers at their comfort. No customer at this point of time wants to come out of their home and go outside in a restaurant and dine in. So the food industry have already adapted and have understood that deliveries is the future of this business. So they're focusing more. And another thing that we can do is to tie up with the third parties like Zomato, Talabat. They would
Mm.
also help in increasing the revenue, the sales of the business. They do. Not will, they do support, they do definitely, because they make you visible in the market. So they support you in terms of increasing the revenue. So I believe food industry has already understand that they need to go in the direction of deliveries, and also need to tie up with all these online apps and third party vendors.
So, Aditi, in your opinion, what marketing strategies can be used to thrive in pandemic at the moment, especially for the restaurants?
um, See, Ruj, right now, because of the current situation, we need to focus on the marketing strategies where our customers are. So, our customers right now are online. So, all your marketing strategies will focus on online contents, online history. I mean, maybe you can talk about how your business was started. Maybe you can discuss an inspirational story, like what did come to your mind when you started off thought of starting this restaurant. Or maybe
Mm.
you can make a video with your employees and ask them uh, how's their organization, how they feel about it, how's their team. Along with that, I think we can also do some tutorial sessions, or live cooking sessions where customers can see how a restaurant is working behind the scenes, so that they build their trust in the restaurant, because they would be able to see the standards that an organization is following. Are they following proper hygiene standards, washing of hands, uh, cutting of vegetables in a proper SOPs. So all of these standards and precautions they would be able to see when we allow them to see a live cooking session. So this could definitely bring a trust of a customer into a restaurant. So once the restaurant opens, I believe people who have already gone through such sessions, they would not be hesitant. Or also you can show
It will be
I mean,
fun seeing them, right?
yeah, it would be fun seeing them. I mean, it builds your confidence, it builds your trust. And also we can tell our community members that how we support our employees. So there is this
Mm.
company in Atlanta. The name of the restaurant is Brick Store Pub. So what they did, they sold out their old furnitures, all old furnitures, in order to support their employees who were laid out during this
Wow,
time. So see, this
wow.
kind of this kind of creates a connection. I mean, if you are a
And keep
customer
the
and if you
employees
see.
motivated, I believe,
Exactly. So if you're a customer and you see that an employer is taking care of its employees, definitely it is going to take care of the customer.
for
So
sure.
yeah, so these are few marketing ideas I think
I think it was a very
we
good
can. And
initiative as well. Marketing
yeah,
strategy,
yeah,
one of the favorite
definitely.
marketing.
And above all of these, one thing that I feel is that there should be a unique marketing strategy for opening up, reopening. I mean, now you are it would be a reopening, see, because right now the situation is that all the restaurants are closed, you cannot go, you cannot dine in, so it's kind of closed, only you can do is delivery. So for
Yeah,
your reopening, there should be a right kind of marketing strategy.
very true.
show
Very
them
interesting.
show them yeah, show them how, what are your safety protocols, what are your sanitization protocols, what are your hygiene standards, so that
Mm.
build the trust already. When this is
Very
over, the customer is not hesitant. So when it is over, as you said, Rouge Pizza de Rocco is your favorite spot. You can come back and you can dine in
I would
without
love
any
to. Yes,
hesitation.
I would love to go back and dine in again. Okay, so my fifth question to you, Aditi, how long do you think it's gonna take for the operations to get back so we all can go to our favorite spots and to enjoy our food?
See, talking about fully operational, I mean, I am not sure, Rouge, if I should be able to answer you that, but I believe sooner, very sooner, we would be able to, go back to our favorite spots. because there has been a recent update from one of the news channels 2 hours ago, where they have mentioned a few criterias that need to be fulfilled in order for a restaurant business to be operational again. So the sooner you met those criterias, the sooner they would allow you to open. I'm expecting it within another 3 to 4 weeks. Maybe we would not be able to dine in with 100% capacity, but at least with a capacity of 30% or 40%, we would be able to dine in.
That's
So
such a great news. That's such a positive news, I must say.
it is, and not only a food lover like you. I mean, I'm also a food lover. I'm also missing few spots where I want to go and dine in. So I'm
Yeah,
expecting it very sooner, between another 3 to 4 weeks.
I hope so, and we would love to go back for sure.
Definitely, definitely.
So Aditi, as soon as the business will get back and the restaurants will open up, how do you ensure the customer's safety in this regard? I mean, what precautions can be taken? What measures can be taken so that the customers feel safe to go to the restaurants again?
Rouge, very clearly, we would be following up all the guidelines that the government authorities would set up. So I
Okay.
know that we would have not only government authorities in UAE, but whatever guidelines has been set up by who we are actually following up.
Mm,
We would make sure that all the customers or the guests who are coming in for dining, we do check their temperatures. It is mandatory by a food authority here in Abu Dhabi that they have to wear in mask when they come into the restaurant and when they exit. Not only the customers but all the employees working inside have to wear masks. Their fever
mm,
has to be checked.
mm,
Their hands have to be sanitized. Social
mm.
distancing needs to be maintained. We cannot serve more than 4 guests on one table. So we would be following all of these standards. More sanitization is required. All the areas that are being used frequently needs to be sanitized more frequently. Like washroom, they must be sanitized every now and then. Chairs,
Mm,
tables need to be sanitized every now and then. The
mm.
frequency needs to be increased. We would make sure that we take each and every step that is required for our customers to feel safe, because we want them to come back. We want
Mm.
them to come back, and we want our normal life to be back to normal.
Yeah, I seriously miss going to Pizza di Rocco myself, and I personally love the ambience, the atmosphere, the quality, the service. Everything is amazing, and you are doing a marvelous job, Aditi. I must say
Thank
this.
you so much. Thank you so much, Rooj.
And thank you so
So,
much for being on the show.
thank you, Rooj. It was pleasure talking again, and hope we will keep up coming up with more sessions like this. Thank you so
For
much. Good
sure.
evening to all of you, and thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Bye,
Cheers.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.